Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. This is The Story Continues, part 31. And it's Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope it was restorative. I hope you had some fun. I know maybe some of you watched the Super Bowl. I didn't. I rarely watch the Super Bowl. I like eating the food though. We didn't cook this year though. Anyway, what was I saying? Hold on. I had something to say and I never remember, and even I wrote it down, but I didn't write down what specifically I was going to talk about. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. My energy feels very scattered. It feels not focused. But we have a lot to talk about today. A few things, some channeled messages. I did some scrying this morning, asking about the man in the suit. So I'll share that in a little bit. How are you guys doing? I know energy there's been a shift, I feel. I still feel it right now, even as I'm I'm sitting here, the energy, something is in the air, as it usually is, but this time it feels more intense. I feel a little anxious. I don't know. I feel anxious, but we're going to get through this, okay? We have a lot to get through. I going to pull for... Who am I pulling for? Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to use my true crime cards for Elon. I was so annoyed that I forgot. I had that deck. So I'm going to pull true crime cards for him based off of the reading I did in The Story Continues. If you guys don't remember, go take a look back at that, okay? I'm going to pull for Trump and why he sanctioned the ICC. I mean, we know why, but why not pull? Let's see, okay? I'm going to pull for the head of the ICC, TOMOKO Akane. She's tough. I attempted to channel her, but I'll talk about that. I'm going to pull for KAMALA, and that is it. Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see, we'll see what unfolds as I do this work. Okay, so let's talk about my scrying vision. I'm going to drink some water. Excuse me. But what I saw at first of all, I didn't know what to ask, and the first thing I asked, though, eventually, was, what is this energy shift? It feels very significant, and they didn't particularly show me. They showed me energy. It showed me what I could describe as whiffs of color, like wispy moving energy, and it was changing color, and it was pink, and it was blue, in some parts red, but it was like very wispy, sort of flowy energy. And I thought that I was just staring at that for a long time. So I'm not quite sure what that meant, why they were showing me that in those particular colors. I then asked about the man. I'm calling him the man in the suit now. Okay, that's how. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna pull for him, the man in the suit, and see what's going on there. But I want to write that down. But I said, can you tell me what the actions of the man in the suit will be? Could you show me that? And first of all, I I asked if they could show me the man in the suit. First, that's the first thing I asked. So I didn't quite know what to ask. And when I said, let me just make a quick correction. When I said he was tall, I didn't mean he was literally tall physically. I said they showed him as an imposing figure in the mirror, like as a really giant, to show his importance. And so he's not necessarily tall, but when I saw him again, I saw him standing with his arms crossed and he was looking up. He's older. He's an older man. Okay. I'm not saying it's him, but I feel like it's Dick Cheney. I don't know why, but someone did mention him, and I said, oh yeah, that, very strong energy, just authoritative. It feels like a little scary. I don't know much about Dick Cheney, but I did ask, did they say it was him? I think the pendulum swung yes, but I'm not saying it's him. I don't know, but I feel like it is. Anyway, so I'm just calling him the man in the suit, and we're going to take a look at him. But when I asked them to show me, I saw a clear image of someone. Okay, I could not see their face, but it was so freaky the way the image just came. And then I said, okay, can you show me what their actions are or an outcome of their actions? And I saw a bald eagle. First, it was just a shadow. I saw a bird, and I saw, you know how it looks. The symbol of the United States, how it looks. I saw that first. I saw that, but then again I saw, and I said out loud, I was like, oh, is that a bald eagle? And then I saw a bald eagle flying with his wings, gliding almost, with his wings spread. And I said, oh, okay, that's interesting that would be the outcome. And I put the mirror down, and I asked again, and I closed my eyes, and I saw the same image. The same image of the bald eagle flying. And, we know what that means. The strength, freedom, what it represents in the U.S. Power and authority, pretty much. It's supposed to be our national symbol. Entering into a new phase, that's what it means spiritually, transformation, that sort of thing. So that's the vision that I saw when I scried in the scrying mirror. I don't know. This person feels, I'm not saying this is someone who's going to come, this is our salvation. I'm not making predictions, but this is someone who is whose energy is now, starting to be more noticeable to me as I'm looking at this. So I'm looking at all of this. So I'm going to pull just to see what that's all about. Okay. I think it's interesting. You never know. I just feel like something is going to happen soon. I don't know. You never know though but something is weird. It feels like a powder keg. Anyway, let's do channel messages. Let's get into it. I'm going to do Happy Black History Month, guys. I always forget to say it first. I channeled a few people. I channeled James Baldwin. I channeled Shirley Chisholm. I channeled John Lewis, Senator John Lewis. Very interesting. All three different characters. I channeled. Okay, something weird happened to me when I was yesterday, when I was meditating a little bit, just had my eyes closed and thinking, you know, who I should channel. And then I heard my guide say, channel John Wakefield. And I said, who is that? And I thought he was someone from the past. I Googled, and he is the Attorney General's partner. So it doesn't look like they're married, but I'm like, why would they tell me to channel him of all people? So I did. I didn't spend too much time in it, but there's something weird going on that I'll probably pull later on down the line. Not too far down the line. But there's something weird going on there. Not particularly in what he said in the channel message. I just could feel the energy. It's strange. And I'll talk about that when I get to them. But they said John Wakefield. Clear as a bell, I heard it, and I said, who is that? And then when I Googled, it was like Pam Bondi, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't know who that was. I said, what? And she's the new Attorney General. And this is how detached I am from things. You know, I knew there was a new Attorney General. I've heard that name before, but you know, I didn't make the connection because I'm not interested, quite honestly. But they told me to channel him. I didn't. I got out. Well, anyway, I'll get to it. But him, I did. What else did I do? I did Judge Tomoko Akane. I did her as well. Okay, so who is this? Who is J.L.? Oh, John Lewis. Okay. Who is this? Oh, Charlie Chisholm. Alright, I'm going to start with James Baldwin, okay? He is interesting. James Baldwin, if you don't know who he is an African American author. I believe Samuel L. Jackson had produced a documentary about him, and it's called I'm Not Your Negro. But he was a writer and a civil rights activist. Okay, he wrote essays, he wrote novels, plays, poems, very intelligent, very forward-thinking, very interesting man. Okay, he very outspoken as well, which you have to be, right? But I channeled with him, and the first thing I felt in his energy was mischievous. He felt a little mischievous, and I could see him waiting, you know, looking at me with amusement I saw in my head. And he asked me, are you ready? He's like, hello. He said, what did he write? Hold on. Not what he wrote, but what did he say? I heard, hello, darling. And he said, are you ready? And I said, yes, I am. But I asked him what he thought of the status of the United States was, and he immediately started talking about Donald Trump, which I thought was interesting. He said, my thoughts are this. Donald Trump, hold on. He said, my thoughts are this. Donald Trump is someone who was created by white America. His privilege put him in this position of power. This is dangerous, but he will be stopped. That's what he said. Hold on, let me just, I can't see the camera. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, but he will be stopped. That's what he said. And I asked him, hold on, I have my questions here. I asked him, why does he believe he will be stopped? He said, because the world has changed. I see a brave new world. People are more together than ever before. And he felt very optimistic. He felt very, very optimistic, and I Googled if he's an optimist, and it said yes. He doesn't, not that he doesn't believe in pessimism, but he was of the idea that pessimism holds you back. There was a quote he said, I cannot be pessimistic because I am alive, or something to that fact, that, you know, and I agree with that. He didn't believe, not that he didn't believe in pessimism, but he didn't find that it was helpful at all. He was optimistic. He you know, I think he was a realist, but at the same time, he leaned on optimism. Okay, and when he was saying this to me, that's what I said out loud. It feels very optimistic. He feels very optimistic, and there's a lot of quotes about pessimism and optimism that he said. I asked him, how can we fight? And he said, I cannot answer that, darling. It is up to you all. That's what he said. I cannot answer that, darling. It is up to you all. Then he said, I said, well, I asked him, why is it up to us? He said, our people know how to survive. It is more than survival. It is more than survival now. It is living. We must live. That's what he said. Then he said, continuing off of that, he said, the world, what did I ask him? I asked him something with that. Oh yeah, he continued. He said, the world will be here one way or another, but as long as people exist and live, it will be all right. That's what he said. Our people know how to survive. It is more than survival now. It is living. We must live. And then he said, the world will be here one way or another, but as long as people exist and live, it will be all right. Very poetic. Interesting. I asked him about Kamala. He said, she is the one. Then he said, she is the one. He got very excited. And then he said, Kamala Harris is a realist. She knows what needs to be done to get things done. She stands in her position. She knows what is right, and she knows what is wrong, and you have to respect that. That's what he said. I asked him, do you think she will be president? He said, I'm not concerned with that, but she will be, and it will be difficult. He seems like someone who, it's not that like he's not saying like, oh, that doesn't matter, but he's really much like of the personality. If he doesn't have interest, like it's almost like he was just like, not that he was saying it's not important, but he's an artist. It just felt like a very, it was almost like I'd rather have my head in a book than think about that child. You know, like I'd rather, that's what it felt like. I'd rather be doing something more interesting than think about that. That's what it felt like. But he knows, like, he's like, yeah, sure. You know, let's talk about something else though. That's what it kind of felt like. Okay. So that was James Baldwin. Okay. Let's do Shirley Chisholm. She, hold on, this is out of order. This is first, this is second. First, second. Okay. Okay. All right. So Shirley Chisholm, she was the first African American woman to be sworn into the House of Representatives. She was from New York City, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, that is what she represented. She did so much. Okay, and I will, if for those of you who do not know who Shirley Chisholm was, I will tell you. She did so much governing. She did so much. And I will tell you what her energy felt like. And as I was talking to her, I kind of, I was understanding her, but when I read her accomplishments, I understood what she was saying to me. Okay? She was a champion of civil rights, okay, for African Americans and women, for immigrants as well. She pushed a lot of legislation to address issues like discrimination and equal opportunity. She was in opposition to the Vietnam War. She helped develop policies to stop the draft. Okay. She believed in diplomacy. She believed in walking across the aisle. She did a lot of international work. Okay, she did a lot of economic justice, political reform. Look her up, please. Look her up and you'll see how much she accomplished as a congresswoman. Okay. But I asked her, first question I asked her is what did she think of the status of the United States? And she said, I think the country will be just fine. That's what she said. And she took a while to answer, and it felt like she was searching for the best diplomatic answer. Okay? Not that she minced her words, but, and I don't know what she sounds like, but I could hear, it sounds like her tone is very clipped. Her pronunciation is very sharp. And she just said, I think the country will be just fine. That's what she said. That's all she said. And she greeted me with, hello, young lady. That's what she said. Hello, young lady. I asked about Donald Trump. What did she think of him? She said, if the people chose him, they must deal with the consequences of his actions. However, if they did not choose him, then he must be dealt with swiftly and justly. Very diplomatic. Okay. I asked her, how could we fight? She said, well, she is really discerning in what she says. She doesn't just speak. She likes to think what she wants to say, and then she will say it in the best diplomatic way. She is a true politician. A good one. I could sense it in her, how much she believes in politics and how much she believes in governance and how it can be done in the right way. She really reminds me of Kamala. Her energy they're different, but she really truly believes in governing. She believes in the government. Interesting. Like, she believes that, you know, you use the government to you work. She believed in working and doing what's right for the people. For, you know, that's what the government's supposed to be there for. But she said, she paused, and then she said, well, you must be aware of what they plan for you. What she said? Hold on. Of what they plan for you. You must always know at any time. Most of what they have plans for you will not come to pass. That's what she said. And I asked her, do you feel as though our government has changed? She said it has changed. There are those who want to work, and there are those who do not want to work. But she said work is always done. And she said more. She didn't say more. She said just this, right? But this is when I began to understand her and her diplomacy and her belief in government. And this, when she said, there are those who want to work and there are those who do not want to work. She said, I'm sorry, there are those who want to do the work and there are those who do not want to do the work. But she said work is always done. And this feeling I had from her energy is the belief that she has in government. And she was basically saying to me, so long as people who want to do the work are there, things will get done. She's not saying, oh, it'll be easy or everything's rainbow and lollipops, but she's saying government is government. She's not about the noise. I get the sense with her. Like, she's not about that. She's not about being distracted. Like, when she says, you must know what they have planned for you. You must be informed. But also know that the things they have planned for you, most of them will not come to pass. Because she's saying, without saying, this the government. You can't do these things. You can't be this out of control and chaotic. Even though it appears that this is what we're seeing. But it's in her energy, I could feel this knowing of, and she's still around also. I didn't ask her, I forgot to ask her that, but that's when I noted, like, she's still in those halls. She's still, and I keep seeing a picture of Jasmine Crockett. I kept seeing a picture of her as I was talking to Shirley, and it's like she's over them, watching them, guiding them. That's what it feels like. She's still there. That's crazy. But man, she really, I'm getting emotional. It's very strange that this is happening. But when she said that to me, because at first I was like, you're not giving me much. But she's giving me so much because she's saying these things and I could feel her energy, what she means around the words. Yes, things are hard. Things have always been hard. Things have always been difficult. There are those who want to, when she said that too, she meant even in her time, there are those who wanted to do the work and those who did not. And she wasn't for all that noise. She's not here for the noise, is what she's saying to me. I'm here, and she's still there. She was saying to me, like, I was there to work. And there are people that are there to work. And not there to be distracted, is basically, you stay focused, you know. Look at what's important. That's what she was saying to me. Anyway, I asked her about Kamala Harris, and she said, I think she is phenomenal. I believe she will be your next president. She said very simply, once again. I have to look up to see how she sounds. It's just diction she has. A clipped. Doesn't waste words. She don't have time for nonsense. Interesting. That was Shirley Chisholm, guys. Let's look at at this guy, this John Wakefield that who is the partner of Pam Bondi. I just sat in his energy for a little bit, and it felt like he felt very angry and frustrated. And I didn't ask him anything yet, and I just heard, "This is ridiculous." I didn't know, he just felt angry, his energy. And then I asked him about how he feels about his partner Pam being the Attorney General, and he just said, "I'm proud of her." And I asked about Trump, and he said he's a genius. I got annoyed. I was like, I don't want to be in this energy. Oh, and I asked about his, I was sitting, there's something off about those two. Pam Bondi and John Wakefield. Allegedly. Everything I say here is alleged. Entertainment and informational purpose only. But there's something weird about them. And as I'm sitting here, I'm like, why would they tell me to read his energy? He wasn't giving me much. Why did his name come up? And I'm sitting here, and like I said, I didn't know who she was. That's how detached I am from purposely. I knew her name though. But I didn't make the connection. And so I looked at her. She looks good for her age. She's not old, but but anyway, that's not important. But she was married a couple of times. And I thought this was her husband, but they haven't confirmed that they're married. I don't know. But I asked him how I got the sense as I'm sitting in his energy, and I'm like, there's something off about them. And I said, something is going to come out about these two that may make her resign. And I asked my rise in the pendulum, and it said yes. I don't know what it would be. I don't know. But she's not going to last long. She's not going to last long as Attorney General. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Just barely, right? That's okay. Front to back is yes. Side to side is no. Okay. I'll just wait. Please stop. Thank you. It's stopping. Okay. All right. Will Pam Bondi last as the United States Attorney General? Will she last? It's saying no. It's saying no. Okay. Will something come out about her? It's saying yes anyway, before I even ask the question. Okay, back to neutral. Scooter's tap dancing. It's just moving. I'm not moving it at all. Alright, will something come out about her that she will be forced to resign? Will something come out about her where she will be forced to resign? It's saying maybe. Let me lift this a little bit. Okay. Let me lift this up. Okay, let's ask again. Will something come out about Pam Bondi that will make her resign? Will something come out about... Okay, it's saying yes. Okay. Alright. Will her partner be involved in this news? Will her partner, John Wakefield, be involved in this news somehow? Okay, it's saying yes. Alright, I don't know. But that's the sense I got when I was sitting in their energy and looking at them. They don't... Apparently, they're very private. They don't talk about... she's not married to him. I don't know why. I guess if the Attorney General is not going to last, that's pretty important. But they just said his name, just clear as a bell, came into my head. And I was like, who should I channel? But we'll see. There's something weird about them. I'll probably... maybe I can do it real quick. No, I'm not going to do it. I'll do it later. Maybe I can pull some truth. I don't know. I feel like I didn't want to focus on them too much, but they might be important to the story if she's the Attorney General, at the DOJ. And that she may not last. But anyway, moving on from that, let's get to John Lewis. He was saying a lot. First of all, when I channeled him, his energy felt, it felt weak is not the right word. It didn't feel strong. I'll say that. It didn't feel very strong. But as he was talking more and more, it started to get stronger and stronger. Felt very weak at first. And I was like, that's interesting. But as he was talking, it was almost like you're asking me the right questions. It felt like he was saying, okay. He said, hello, Kimberly. I asked him about what does he think about the status of this country. And he said, I am angry. Hold on. I am angry about it. This wasn't supposed to happen, but it is clear our elections are not secure. That's what he said. Then I asked about Trump. He said he does not like that man, first of all. I felt it all up in his energy. He was angry. He said he is an illegitimate president. He was illegitimate the first time, and he is illegitimate the second time. He must be stopped. That's what he said. I said, I feel you, man. I said, how will he be stopped? He said he will be stopped only when the time is right. Only when the time is right is what he said. And I said, what do you mean by that? We were talking, okay? It felt like he was teaching me. He said they have to catch him. He said they have to catch him in the egregious act, and they will. He said very pointedly the. He didn't say a. He said the egregious act, and they will. They have to catch him in the egregious act, and they will. He kept, when he was talking about Trump, I kept hearing the word egregious. I kept hearing that word. Oh yeah, and I said, who are they? And I heard him say, the SCC and the ICC. I heard the words SCC in his voice. SCC and ICC is what he said. And then I looked up what the SCC is. I mean, I Googled Then I said, what is it internationally? And it gave me some info. You guys could look it up. It's something about data. I don't know if this is what he meant, but that was the close. I know there's an SEC in the U.S., but it didn't feel like it was concerning us. I know it's like something with the climate and things like that. Could be, but I don't know. I'm just a regular girl, guys. I'm just a citizen. He knew more of what he was talking about. But I looked it up, and it says most commonly stands for standard contractual clauses, which are pre-approved legal clauses used in contracts to ensure adequate protection of personal data when transferred between countries, particularly within the context of European Union's General Data Protection Regulation. Essentially, they act as a standardized framework for data privacy when transferring information across borders. Okay. It's to guarantee that personal data transferred from European Economic Area to countries outside of the EEA is handled with the same level of protection as within the EEA. Okay, so companies are required to follow this, and it's like a tool, apparently. But anyway, that's what he said. We know what the ICC is. And then I said, what did I ask him? After I asked him, who are they? He said the SEC and the ICC. I said, what do you mean by that? What does the SEC mean? Or what is that involved? He said, corporate contracts, corporate data, shared from, passed from person to person. And then I said, why is that important? He said he is not supposed to have that. He's not supposed to have that info. And then as he's talking to me, I'm like, this is like a lot. Like, I'm not a spy. Like I said, it's hard to do this because it's getting, it's like, the more you know, at least for me, I just want to be a citizen. Anyway, that's what he said. I asked him, how can we fight? He said, you have to be well informed. You have to know what is real and what is not. Okay, and then he said, know what is important and what is not, and what is not. They will try to confuse you. That's what it's talking about. This current administration. Hold on, I can't see. Okay, you have to know, you have to be well informed, you have to know what is real and what is not. Know what is important and what is not. Because there's a lot of static and noise out there. And people are so reactionary to it. And so you got to step back and really be informed. Talk to people who are in it and that may have the right information. Because yes, they will. This is what a lot of what they're doing is to confuse us, to make us fatigue, to make us give up, because again, we're all just regular citizens. Unfortunately, not a lot of people know how the government works. So when you see something that, seems terrible, you fall on the floor, everyone's crying and people are affected. Yes, I absolutely know that. But there's so many lawsuits happening. There's so many things in litigation. There's so many things that have been paused. And so many of his executive orders are just not they're unconstitutional. So it's important to know what's what. It's important to understand that. And it felt like he was really trying to teach me that. I asked him about Kamala, and I asked him if he believes she will be the president. He said, I absolutely do. Once this mess is settled, she will be in the right place, where she belongs. That's what he said. he was just like, it was, oh, just a side note. When I was channeling James Baldwin and writing, it felt like he was controlling me. It felt like he was saying, no, 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 don't say it that. Don't write that way. Write it this way. This is what I'm saying. So it felt like he was correcting my writing. And it felt like with John Lewis that he was saying, write this down. This is important. In his voice, that's what I heard. This is important. Write this down. It felt like he was saying to me. That's weird. That's wild. Okay. Tomoko Akane. Okay, she is the president of the ICC. She's a judge. Okay, she's the head of the ICC. I believe there are three heads, but she's the head of the three. Okay, she's the one in charge. She is she's Fort Knox. She was not, there was nothing, okay? Purposely. Very quiet. She's very quiet. Her energy felt quiet, rather, but strong. She was busy. She was focused. That's what I wrote. Busy, focused. I saw her at a desk, signing things, looking at things. I sat with her energy for a little bit. It was quiet. I could hear wind whistling in my ears. But I heard her in her voice say, we are counting 1, 2, 3 sanctions. I don't know how many sanctions they got, but that's what I heard. We are counting. Suddenly, I heard her voice. 1, 2, 3 sanctions I heard. And then it got quiet again. I could tell that she wasn't interested really in talking to me because she was busy. It felt like she was just like, her mind was somewhere more important and that I shouldn't be in her energy channeling her. So I respected that. But I did ask her, is there anything you could share with me? She did greet me at some point when she saw I was just sitting there in her energy. Oh, yeah. I first asked her about Donald Trump, and then I heard her say, Trump is an idiot. I heard it. I feel like she wasn't speaking English, though. Or maybe, I don't know what she sounds like, if she has the Japanese dialect. I mean, she's Japanese, I would assume. I'm assuming. Is she Japanese American or Japanese? Hold on, let me look. Wow, she looks exactly like she did in my... That's so weird. It's crazy. A Japanese jurist and current judge. Yeah, okay. Oh, she's young. She looks exactly like... This is the short hair. That's so weird. That's so weird. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But, I don't know what she sounds like, though. Maybe I'll look later. I kind of felt like she wasn't speaking... It felt like she was speaking Japanese. But I heard it in English. Or maybe she has a Japanese accent. A dialect. But I heard her say, Trump is an idiot. And then I asked her, are you investigating him? And she said, I cannot disclose that information. I did ask. I just realized I did ask her. I said, what can you disclose? She said, we are following the law. We are leaving no stone unturned. Know that we are a just court. That's what she said. There's a gentleness to her, graceful, yeah, that's the word, a gracefulness. Feels like everything she does is graceful. Sign papers gracefully, speak very, you know. My stomach's growling. That's what her energy felt like. But she also felt like you can't get Fort Knox. Maybe she's spiritual herself. It was like she was shielded. It was interesting. But that was her. I'll probably pull for her. Okay, that's all I got. That's it for my channel messages, guys. I hope you got something out of it. I know you guys are going to do your own investigations about what John Lewis said. Hopefully you can inform me, because like I said, I don't know a lot about that. You know, I know how the government works. But when it's like behind the scenes stuff like that, I don't know. Okay. There are the bells. I wanted to do pull some true crime cards, because I didn't do it for Elon, so I want to do that real quick. Okay, this is my true crime deck, true crime oracle cards. That is not a promotion, okay, but they're very helpful. So let's see, Elon Musk. Again, this is going off the reading I did for him on Friday. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Oh, they're telling me to pull 6, okay. 6 cards. Shuffle 2 more times and then pull, split and pull. Okay. Abuse and neglect. Sure. Trapped. Look at that. As far as energy and outcome. This is Elon Musk, guys. What is that? Looks like prison bars. Okay, couple. What's that? His parents? Are they still together? I have no idea. Couple. Wow. Look to the sky. Aliens? Is he an alien? Kind of seems like one. Okay. Alive. Surveillance. What did I say? He's being watched. Alive. You know, it's like, I kind of feel like, you know, I can always go back to this breakdown that he's gonna have. I always look at that emergency bag. Like, I always go back to that with him. That if, you know, I feel like he's had a couple. But I also feel like there's another one around the corner for him. Let's do one more. Oh, see? I'm not gonna pull that because I don't want to be, yeah. I'm not gonna pull that. But that's what I'm talking about, the mental breakdown. That's what I'm talking about. I can't pull that card because but yeah, so those were his cards. Trapped, alive. Think he's gonna, like I said, that other card I pulled, if you want to know what card that was, you could email me. But I think he is going to have some sort of mental breakdown, and everything's going to sort of crumble on him, like we saw with the tower there for him and those 10 of swords. It's not going to be good, his outcome. However it happens, it happens. I just want them gone. At this point, if aliens come and took them away, something. But it's not going to be good for them. Okay? Let's look at DT. Let's see why he sanctioned. I mean, we know why. There are multiple reasons. I don't think he doesn't want to be president. He didn't want to be the first time. But, he's like, oh, that was cool. That was. But he. Someone sent me something of I didn't watch it. I just read I don't watch things, but I just I don't watch things particularly because it might be something like I already suspect or know, so someone sent me something and the title was, I'm going to respond to that email, by the way. I didn't do it yet, but it's about how Elon Musk is basically, and Donald Trump is basically deconstructing or attempting to deconstruct our government, and how they're doing it. And I'm looking at this title and I'm just like, there's no way we're in a place where people are just letting that happen. They may let people be deported. They may let people be, because that is unfortunate. That's terrible. And it's also a part of the system. So, you know what I mean? There are advocates who work and step in and stuff, but when it comes to that sort of thing, they'll let it happen. But to deconstruct the system, and now, people are like, but he's putting everyone that he's not. Yeah, sure, his people might be in there, but not all his people. There are people he couldn't remove and replace. Okay, there are people who really actually believe in protecting the Constitution. So I'm just looking at this title and I'm like, there can't be. It's not what I see in the energy. Like, there's another video I saw. Seven of Swords. I knew that was coming. That's the Empire of the United States. We're not an empire. We're not. The Moon. All these cards are just jumping out. This sort of glee that, people think that we're being destroyed or Donald Trump. Why he sanctioned the ICC. You don't need to be a psychic to know why, if you just follow the news and what he's focused on, and who he's involved with, and who he's the bag man for. He's a bag man. Collaboration. Yeah, I bet you did collaborate. Prime Minister of Israel, he's a wanted man. And he did that. You know, he that thing was in Congress, or in, you know, that bill before, sanctioning them beforehand. Wow. I'm getting all the answers right here. It's just clear as day. It's clear as day. Money. But he definitely took it upon himself to sign that executive order post haste, as it was sitting in Congress for, you know, a while, and he said, "No, we need to get this done because I have to be protected." You know, sanctions are, you know, they're pretty serious, but that's not going to stop them, sir. That's not going to stop what they represent and what they do. You're just digging a hole and you're isolating the country. What did I say? Someone didn't want him to do that. He doesn't listen to his advisors because it's about money. He is a bag man, remember? Something's wrong here. Turn this over. Okay. These cards are just like exposure and thievery. All about the money. All about the money. Yeah, yep. 9 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. He wants to get out of that. He is going to win. He wants to. Okay, here we go. 9 of Pentacles. Thinking about long, you know, money. Some long-term stability there he's thinking about. Okay, he wants to win at any cost. 5 of Swords. He don't give a freak. He don't care. Like I said, no one can control him. No one could control Donald Trump. It don't matter who you are. The devil, Putin, it don't matter. 8 of Cups. He wants to walk out of the possible exposure, you know. Queen of Swords. He will win against the truth. He'll win against it, is what he's saying. Because he will not be trapped with the 8 of Swords. He will not be trapped. He has enough protection to stand his ground. Enough money. Enough protection. From the devil. And there are many devils, you know. Okay, 7 of Swords is a card of thievery. It is a card of deception and theft. Okay. And doing things covertly. you know, he doesn't have control, self-control to do things covertly. But yeah, he can with enough motivation. At the Five of Swords, he did it. He wants to win at all costs. He's trying to tie up any loose end, but there are holes in their plans. Okay. The moon, like I said, is next to the Seven of Swords. And the moon is things that are in the shadows. I've labeled this card as things that happen in the shadows. Okay. Five of Wands is the card of exposure I've labeled. Five of Wands is about, one of the things Five of Wands is about is people being exposed for doing things that they should not be doing. It's about also about conflict. It's about people having their own agenda, and Eight of Cups is here. And I think there's many reasons why he decided to sign the executive order. He wants to get out of that. Listen. He's trying to say bon voyage to all possible consequences. He wants to walk away from that. And that's the Seven of Swords energy too. Walking out of like what you think is a toxic, mess. And the Five of Swords is there, winning at all costs. But he's dumb, so he's a dummy. Four of Cups. Someone told him not to, and he didn't listen, because he's like, this ain't gonna happen to me. You see my pal Netanyahu, whatever his name is, you see him, I'm not ended up like that, so I have to do what I have to do because I have immunity. But he's dumb, anyway. The Strength card, he's saying, I could overcome anything. I'm president now. I could do whatever I want. I have the inner resources. I have the outer resources. Okay. I have the law on my side with the Queen of Swords, he's even saying. That's why I did that. It's kind of right. Queen of Pentacles, money. This is someone. The Queen and the King. He's a bag man, guys. King and the Queen of Pentacles is about financial growth, stability, autonomy, money. This is what he likes to think himself as. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. Collaborating with someone. This is why he did this too. He did this for more than just the Prime Minister of Israel. He did it for, I feel, many people. And excuse the naked woman, I'll cover her up. But but he, Three of Pentacles is about, it's about wanting to expand in some way. You are working on something, collaborating with someone, but no one knows about it yet. It's an experiment. Okay. Let me cover that up. Seven of Cups. He did it because he's delusional. But also because, these are maybe his collaborators. Here's your opportunities if you do this. It's looking at the shiny object and saying, oh, I want that. But the Seven of Cups warns against choosing. If something is too good to be true, it usually is. But he don't care. Go on ahead. Nine of Pentacles. He's a bag man. Getting money, growing money. This is what this is. Yeah, he doesn't want to get in trouble, but ultimately it's all about money and power for everyone. And they, you know, they play off people's ideologies, but they don't really care. They don't have any, they don't care about, oh, it makes me so annoyed. They don't care about the LGBTQ and what they're doing. They don't care about that. Some of them are part of the community themselves. But anyway, it's about being a bag man, okay, and defending, standing his ground, and saying, you don't have power over me. You can't go after me like you did this guy. I'm going to stand my ground because I have protection. I'm protected. I have the law on my side, and I am protected by these people. Okay? All right, let's pull. What's the outcome of this? You know what I should do? Hold on. First, I'm going to pull. What time is it? Okay, we have time. I'm going to pull true crime, and then I'm going to see what the outcome of him, what is a possible consequence, maybe nothing, but regret. You're going to regret it. I knew it. You're going to regret it. Now you just sort of like fed the beast. You fanned the flames. He always does that. He could never shut up. He could never just lay low. You know? I guess that's how you play the game, but he doesn't know he doesn't know how to play chess. He doesn't even know how to play checkers, it feels like, in his energy. He got this before legal proceedings. Oh, man. Clean up his mess. Oh, dear. Look, outer space. Outer space. You know what? Aliens, outer space. Perhaps satellites? Outer space? He's a bag man. That is nuts. One more. Oof. What was that? Serial killer. One more. Look, and fire. These are the flames I saw when I asked about. This is exactly what it looked like. And that slow-moving lava I saw as his outcome. I guess I don't have to pull outcomes. I feel like they're here too. Fire, serial killer, not quite sure what that meant. Well, I think I do. Organized crime, he's a bagman. Okay, outer space, maybe satellites. Legal proceedings as an outcome. Yeah, and you have the regrets from your choices. I don't know. You get what you reap what you sow in life. You reap what you sow. I wonder what the egregious act will be. If he probably already did it, but maybe even worse, something worse. Like they keep telling us something shocking that it will shock everyone. The egregious act. What is that? I'm going to do you know, what I do sense is that, like I said, like Elon Musk knows that he's not for sure, right? But he knows that he's being watched, you know? It's the sense, like I said before, people tell him, but he doesn't listen. Same with Donald Trump, but he does try to do things to... It feels like they're just trying to move fast with things. But you're dealing with the government, so nothing moves fast. That is their issue that they're having. And what I do know is that he knows, just from being a criminal, Donald Trump, that he could have dire consequences. He knows exactly what he's done. And all of these things that have culminated for him, these charges in court, and when people say he gets away with everything, that was the closest they've come to, and he knows it, to getting him. And so I feel like part of him knows that, I feel as though part of him knows that this is not going to last long. He doesn't care. It's like he's waiting to be caught. But in the meantime, I'm going to just do what I want. You know? That's what it feels like in his energy. At least right now. Before, I don't know. He didn't care. He still doesn't care, but it's just like... It feels like things are closing slowly in on him. And what's happening, it feels like. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. The Devil and Mark Rutte came out. This is, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even say what I'm doing. I'm about to pull for Tomoko Akane, okay, the president of the ICC, and these two cards came up. I want to look at what actions are they taking against, possibly against the president, against Donald Trump. If there's any. The Nine of Pentacles came out. He does not want Ukraine to join NATO because Putin doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO. It just, you know, I have to remind myself what I know. Because the amount of intelligence they have on Donald Trump is astounding. Of the things that he has done, of the things that he is doing, oh man. You think they didn't watch him? After that whole You think that they are just going to let that person... You think they didn't watch him? You think that Jack Smith didn't alert everyone to what he did? What he found in that second part of the report? Oh, man. Okay. Tomoko Kane. What actions? Jeez, okay. King of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. Wait a minute. I know it's fine. Three of Wands. Show me. What actions? What actions? And, you know, people are like, but Kimberly, they are looking at him. They're the same cards. They're like, but, you know, people are like, but the ICC, the United States doesn't recognize them as a court. Sure, but there's something about Ukraine that the administration is pushing so hard for them not to join NATO. But they joined the ICC January 1st. They're following money right now. And so he sped up the sanctions. He says, let's get this. He thinks executive orders are just like carte blanche for everything. He thinks that I'll just get rid of it with an executive order. That's what he thinks. Oh, I have a problem. Executive order it. Get it out of here. They, you know what I'm going to do? This, you know what? This 7 of Pentacles, they're building up something. And the King of Cups is here. This goes here. I mean, people are very upset. I could feel it, and I could feel it in her energy in these cards that she's, I could see her in my mind watching the news, like international news, and this is a concerned energy. Magician. It's almost like this is saying, like, yeah, sure, sanction us, but we still have everything we need to do our jobs. This is what it feels like. This is what this feels like. Let me put it up here. It's like all this is concern. And I could see her looking at everything with this concerned expression. And looking at treason, the Hermit. Mark Rutte is here. He always shows up when I talk about the ICC. And NATO is here. And the devil, we know who those characters are. And the shadowy people, too. Deception, thievery, working covertly. Okay. Five of Pentacles is this energy I feel in her energy. Judge Tomoko. It feels like she feels upset. I could see her looking at things. And it feels like this action, these people, this, you know, it is she could feel how it's almost like she's looking at how everyone is upset. With the Five of Pentacles. And that, you know, that might have been a blow to them, honestly. That those sanctions, this energy here. Like, that's what I felt in Jack Smith's energy. Things are heavy, you know. That's what it, in the Three of Swords here. And it's about money. The sanctions, it does harm you financially, and this is on top of the Five of Pentacles, is on top of the Nine of Pentacles. But there's this authority figure. Why would they? I don't think that's them, though. I don't know. I don't think that no, that's not. It might be. Let me see. Were they? Who was the was it? I can't remember. It was the King of Pentacles and another person. Wasn't the King of... King of Pentacles. Is it King of Swords? It was the King of Swords, yeah. Okay. It's like all this is sanctioned stuff, okay, and it was a blow here. And she's also looking at all the terribleness, the thievery, these people, treasonous, you know. They have that information. They're sitting on it. They have that info. But then as you move up here, it's like, oh, it's okay though. We're going to keep trucking along with the Seven of Pentacles and building up whatever it is they're building up. The Three of Wands, they're waiting. They've implemented and they're waiting for something to come in. Some info, something from overseas perhaps. Something or someone possibly, you know. Okay. This didn't, you know, King of Cups is here, so emotionally it's just sort of like, okay, this was tough, but we're you know, we're moving forward. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is news. This feels like someone assisting in something, okay? Maybe financially, or a number of someone's, perhaps. Perhaps countries that support, you know, that didn't support the sanctions, that were very angry about the sanction. They're very angry about it, okay? But, you know, maybe that's where this new found, because it's like gloomy down here, and then as we go along, it lightens up the energy. Finding back the balance for themselves with the Four of Wands. Celebrating something. Maybe they got some good news. Something came in that, you know, something might have come in that changed things. Okay. Let's pull... I'm going to pull true crime in a way of like how she's looking at what does she know about Donald Trump. Okay. What does she suspect? What does she know? That's how I'll pull true crime from her perspective. Tomoko 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐬 perspective. Oh, shoot. A bunch of cards just dropped out of my hand. Bunch of cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle again because that was too many. See what comes up. Tomoko 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐬's perspective of Donald Trump. What does she know? I'm still getting used to her energy. She's very locked down, but it's much different from Jack Smith. Her perspective feels less clinical. She's a serious person, though. You know, she's a judge. She takes it very seriously. But down here, it's like there's a... Okay, what time is it? That came up again. She thinks he's a child. This is one of the cards that came out, so I'm just gonna pull it. Interesting. Is that a knife? Wait a minute. Let me see. No. My eyes ain't what they used to be. I thought the child was holding a knife. This came up too, inside, when one of the cards that fell. Inside. What does that mean? Inside. The picture's so dark. It kind of... It looks like a foreign prison, but it looks like a secret installation or something. That's what that looks like. Homicide. Again, guys, this is Tomoko 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐬's perspective of Donald Trump. These are true crime cards, okay? Celebrity, yeah, interesting. She doesn't take him seriously. Oh, he deserves... Look at those handcuffs. What did she say? What did she say? Let's find it. She said, "We are following the law. We are leaving no stone unturned. Know that we are a just court." Remember? And this came up in regards to her perspective on Donald Trump. I love when things come together like that, you know. This is the last one. Okay. This was this one. Desert. Something with the desert. Something with the desert. Interesting. Oh, man. Okay, so there you have it. She doesn't take him seriously. She thinks he's a child. Something about inside. And this card looks like, if you could see that, it's like a hallway with a door at the end. It's very dirty and wet. It looks like a installation where you might interrogate people, or I don't know. Homicide. I mean, you know, you could use that. You could interpret this how you want, but this is how she's looking at something not good. She doesn't take him seriously with celebrity. She it's like, on the one hand, it's like, it feels like she's saying he's just a celebrity. How did he, she can't fathom understand how this is here, how he's here. Okay? She's like, I mean, intellectually she know, you know what I mean? But she's just like, this is nonsense. Okay? But then she also knows he's dangerous because he's a child. And that isn't to say children are dangerous, but when you know, when you're dealing with people who are like him, can't give him the keys. She wants him to face justice, and she's sort of saying he will. Look at those handcuffs. You know, I don't see him. When I say, like, I don't see him going to prison, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying I don't. It could happen somewhere else. It could happen somewhere else, you know? I don't know. Or when I say that, when I say I don't see him going to prison, I don't mean I don't see him not being arrested. I don't mean he's not going to get a consequence, because, you know, like I talked about a long while ago, of what I saw of him. I don't know if I ever said this vision to you guys, of him being in a room with his lawyer sitting next to him, and two men sort of grilling him about some. Their shirts were rolled up, and he was sitting at a table, and a lawyer was next to him, and they were grilling him with questions. That's what I saw a long time ago. But, you know, we'll see. We shall see. This was I saw this before the inauguration. It was still at the beginning. It was in December. I saw that, or late November, or something like that. You know, energy changes, but what I do know is that they have so much information on him, and you can't just, you know, people are like, well, what are they waiting for? The way an investigation like this goes, and how it's a web, and how complex it is. Patience is hard, but it just seems like we have to wait. It has to be done the right way. Things have to be irrefutable, you know, but he's not going to last. It's going to be something that, I don't know, it just feels like something that will be unbelievable. You know, and when I saw, before the inauguration, back in late November, I would see, my guides would show me visions of people marching. And I would be like, why are they showing me that? I didn't necessarily discard it, but it did make me like, whoa, why are they showing me people marching? Oh, they would show me that often. Particularly, and also women marching, I would see a lot. So here we are. And that's why they showed me that. Lesson is, don't ignore visions. I didn't ignore it, but I just was like, why are they showing me that? And they would tell me, don't be disappointed, because you won't be disappointed. And I pulled, I'm about to do KAMALA, guys. I pulled timeline cards again. You know that me and this deck, we've become mortal enemies. But no, it's not. That's not true. I pulled and I got the same cards. I shuffled until I couldn't shuffle anymore, and they gave me the same answer. Don't obsess over time. I'm really not obsessing over time. I have not thought about when, what, you know. But I was curious. And it's the same card, very soon. Same 3 cards. It will happen. The one new card I saw was, it will happen when you are ready for it to happen, or something to that effect. And I said, okay, I'll believe you. What else am I going to do? You know, but sit here and Kamala Harris. You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? Okay, let's see how she's doing. I'm going to do the same thing with the true crime cards. So let's see what she knows. Kamala Harris. How she's doing energetically. Emperor. Oh, man. How she's doing energetically. Any actions? Interesting actions she's taking. Interesting. 8 of Cups. I put those in. Okay, no, that's not correct. Hold on. Let me look and see what I did. Okay, if these come up, then those are cards, but if not, Kamala Harris. Having a rough week. Oh, say hello to justice. Energy and actions, guys. 10 of Swords. What's going on? What is going on? She's having a rough week. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. So let me put it here. She's not letting it go. 4 of Pentacles. This is on her mind. It's not that she's having a bad week. That's not it. As she's watching everything, it's upsetting to her. It's upsetting. Seven of Wands again. Seven of Wands again. The Emperor and the Empress. You know, I can't make this up. I can't make it up. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I can't make this up. Ten of Wands. So I'm going to put it here. No. This is like whatever. She's not letting what was taken from her go. With the Four of Pentacles here, it feels like all right, let me just keep pulling. The World, yeah. I don't know, she might be ready to say something. That's what it feels like. And the Eight of Cups is a risk to walk into that. Winning at all cost, right? With the Five of Swords. And the question sometimes is like, at what cost? It feels like with the World here, she's ready to say something perhaps. That's what it feels like. Because the Eight of Cups is, you know, you're walking off, you're leaving something, but you're walking into something better or new. But it's despite its risks, you know. It's like, I'm just doing it. She has the same, what did I say to you guys? Her energy never wavers. Judgment. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's here. It's here, right? It's just like, it is burdensome. Is this the right space for this card? I feel like it's not correct. Like it just goes on top of the Five of Swords. But that's the Ten of Wands, guys. Card of burden. I didn't channel her today because I wanted to give her, you know, I didn't feel a need to channel her. I was just going to pull her cards. But it's telling me to keep pulling. The Star is here. Four of Swords, Three of Cups. The Sun is here. Yeah, it doesn't feel like her energy is bad. It just feels like she's like feeling bad. Look, watching everything. Something is paused. The Hangman. It's telling me to, it's not here. It's telling me to put it down here. The Tower. I'm gonna ask my where does this go? Where does this go? It's telling me to put it here. I just dropped the card. I'm gonna ask. Seems this feels very serious. Maybe I should have channeled her. Is Kamala going to make an announcement soon? Is Kamala Harris going to make an announcement soon? It's saying yes. It's saying yes. Okay. At the bells. If the Tower is here, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Swords, and Judgment on the bottom. Perhaps it will be a shocking announcement. Let me get a clarify. I mean, I don't know what clarifier you would need to get for the Tower, but let's see. The Fool, new beginning. For the Tower, taking a leap of faith. That's what, shaking things up. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That it's a risk, it's risky, and it's gonna shake, you know. Sometimes when people, you know, the Tower doesn't always mean, you know, the cards around it and you have to look at too. It can mean like something falling apart, you know, something being an upheaval. But I feel like it could also mean like you have to make a change. Okay, you have to shake things up. You have to be the upheaval. It feels like sometimes with the Tower. And when I was saying that, it feels like she's maybe ready to say something. She's looking at all of this and it's just upsetting to her. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 major cards again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major cards. 8. And it feels like it's an announcement about her life, perhaps. You know, it's something that is serious, something that has to do with perhaps standing your ground, or something that could possibly have to do with justice or your life purpose. In a sense, it's something big that she's going to speak about soon. Perhaps this week, maybe. I don't know. I'm not, you know, stating a time. I'm not saying, oh, look out for this week, but I'm saying that this is the same cards that I pull for her, but it feels like she her energy doesn't feel, it feels serious. It feels a little heavy, but it feels that way because it seems like she's watching everything with the world here. You can't see the world. With the world here, okay? That's what it feels like. And it feels like she's about to say something. Make some sort of announcement. Let me see. One more. Let's see a communication card. Wheel of Fortune. Another major card. Wheel of Fortune. It's telling me to put it next to Judgment. Yeah, I mean, eight cards. She's doing something serious, and she's going to talk about it soon. She's going to speak out. Okay, so there's that. We have the, I don't think I said what the card, the Emperor, the Empress, the Hangman, Eight of Cups, Two of Wands. You know, she implemented a plan here. Man, this is kind of heavy. Ooh, we'll see what happens, but you know, that could be why the energy's so intense. That could be why the energy feels heavy here. Okay, I want to pull some true crime cards about her perspective on Donald Trump. This is Kamala, guys, okay? Let me shuffle some more because I was not even really focused. Okay. I'm still thinking about her cards. Alright. Travel. Interesting. Strangulation. Maybe something keeping her from speaking. Maybe something he did that made her not be able to talk about it. She thinks she's garbage. Landfill. Trash. I know what that means, but... Alive? Interesting. Why does this spouse and partner keep coming up? Spouse and partner. I saw it 3 times already, so that's... Faked death. Fake death. Fake death. Pretending that you lost something, but you're really alive. Crazy. Okay. I have to say that the energy is wild and these cards are wild. Every pull that I did feels different. She got the same cards, but it's in a different... We've moved somewhere. The energy feels wild. It feels wild. And it's showing in their cards. Kamala Harris, guys, making a possible announcement, saying something very serious about herself, about maybe her plans, or something that has to do with court, justice, her life purpose, that will be shocking, perhaps, that will speak to a new beginning, with the Fool there as a clarifier for the Tower. All right. Last card I'm going to pull, because I'm wrapping up, is the Path of Light. Path of Light cards. Okay. Inner Strength. Okay, it says, this is what the card looks like. This is the message for you guys. Okay. My inner strength is unwavering, rooted in my connection to the divine. No matter the challenges I face, I know I have the power to overcome them. Through self-belief and resilience, I tap into the infinite well of strength that lies within. That was a good one. We need that with everything going on. The camera does not want to focus. Okay. All right. So that was it, guys. That's all I got. I hope you all got something out of this. I hope things resonated with you. Okay. The next upload I will be doing is a less chat. Probably, I'm trying to visualize my schedule. Probably Wednesday. Yeah, probably Wednesday. Okay. I'm trying to think. If not Wednesday, definitely Thursday. Okay. But you guys will see me again soon. Please like and comment. Okay. If you want a personal reading, it's down in the description. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.